Hello. Getting started with this makeup look, I obviously start by doing my skincare first. These are the products that I use for my skincare. I specifically like this Avene cream a lot because it has helped me repair my skin barrier. And you definitely want to make sure that your skin is nice and moisturized and hydrated. I recently went to Ulta and bought this illuminating face bronzer. I've never used anything like it before, but I do like to use a lot of contour, so I thought this would save me a lot of product. I actually felt like I looked the same, to be honest. Next, this is a foundation that I always use, but I recently bought this. I think it's called Blur Foundation by Anastasia. I'm not too sure, but here I realized that the shade was a little too bright and too yellow, but we're going to trust the process. After this, we are going to move on to contour, and we are not afraid to use contour here. I like to add it around my forehead, my cheekbones, and around my jaw. Now with the flat brush, I'm going to blend it all in. After we're done, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side as well, obviously. This is one of my favorite parts about doing my makeup. I just feel like I look so glowy afterwards. Here, I'm just going to prep my eyelids with concealer for when I do my eyeshadow. I don't really follow a specific order when I do my makeup. I just do things as I remember, kind of. Up next, I'm going to be doing my blush, and this is a lipstick that I'm going to use for my blush. I'm using this lipstick because I think is a little bit more cool toned, which I think goes well with my eyeshadow because the palette that I use is a cool toned palette. I'm also blending this in with my contour brush so that they can both blend in together. Now with my concealer, I'm going to brighten my under eyes and highlight the middle parts of my face, which is my forehead and my chin. Once I'm done with that, I do like to go over my contour areas with some powdered contour so that it all sets in. I always like to drag down the contour on my neck. This whole video is very humbling because I literally look like an egg and you're also seeing my big ass head. Moving on to eyebrows, I'm going to be using an eyebrow pencil to fill in my eyebrows, and I like to make mine as straight as I can while also maintaining the natural form of my eyebrows. I do recommend making them a little bit darker than usual because whenever I do my eye makeup, I end up going over my eyebrows again because I realized they weren't dark enough. And I would say that I do like making my eye makeup a little bit darker. I'm cleaning up my eyebrows here with some concealer just to make them a little bit more straight, but also just to make them look cleaner overall. And I do like to go over my eyebrows afterwards with some eyebrow gel because I think it makes them look much more pigmented and put in place. I completely skipped this step earlier, but I'm setting my face with some setting powder now. Next, we're moving on to our eyes, and I like to start by curling my eyelashes. After that, I go in with my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, and I apply the shade Skimp, which is the lightest shade on the palette, all over my eyelid. Later, I go in with the shade Frisk and apply it on the top part of my eyelid. I'm not sure, maybe it's actually my eyebrow bone. Be very gentle and hold your brush from the back end so that it blends in smoothly. Now for the crease, we're going to need a tapered brush. I went in with the shade Cover and applied that very gently all over my crease, going back and forth. With that same brush, I'm going in with the shade Primal. I'm adding this to the outer corner of my eye and bringing it into my crease to add some depth. We're moving on to the cut crease now, so you're going to need a flat concealer brush with some concealer. And starting from the inner corner of your eye, you're going to drag in the concealer following your natural eye shape. Add most of the product to the inner corner of your eye and then drag it out towards the middle of your eyelid. Take your time with that and perfect it if you need to. Once I was satisfied with how it came out, I went back in with the shade Skimp and I dabbed that onto my crease to set it in place and blend it in a little bit. We're going to go back now with our tapered brush in the shade Primal, and we're going to go over our crease again and the outer corner of our eye. We could stop here for the eyeshadow, but I like to have that seamless blend, so with a flat, fluffy brush, I'm going in with the shade Cover, which is a shade lighter than the previous one, and apply that in the middle of the eyelid. Here I'm just touching up the crease again with the lightest shade. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Now that the eyeshadow is done, I'm moving on to my eyeliner. But I wanted to put my hair down first because I'm done looking like an egg. For my eyeliner, I do like to go in with a pencil eyeliner first, all over my lash line. And with a small flat brush, I'm going to smudge it out a little bit. I like to drag it out the end of my eye to create a small wing. And with a black eyeliner, we're going to go over that small wing again just to enhance it. I like to go in with my pencil eyeliner on my bottom lash line as well. And with a small pointy brush, we're going to go in with the shade Cover and we're going to add some color on that bottom lash line too. With a small flat brush, I'm connecting the bottom of my lash line with the wing. Next, I'm doing my mascara and I like to use this telescopic mascara. Finally, I'm doing my nose contour. I usually save this for the very end. I don't know why. For this, I use this small, fluffy paddle brush, and I just follow the shape of my nose. And as you can tell, I draw a little line over it in an attempt to create a button nose. Here I'm just cleaning it up with some concealer. Once I was done with this, I applied some lipstick and some lip liner, and I also touched up my makeup a little bit, but I did that on a separate video, and unfortunately my phone died and the video didn't save. But anyways, here is a little close-up of my skin, just as a reminder that skin does have texture. That is everything for this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and for staying till the very end.